Hey guys, this is Lori here, and I'm bringing to you today some little star books that I made. I made 25 of them for the moms at our church for Mother's Day, and I had so much fun. I'm going to just do more with all kinds of different occasions and different sizes, and I just played and experimented. They all have a poem inside, and they are all kind of the same, but all a little bit different because, like I said, I was just playing and experimenting, and I do not have a tutorial yet on how to make them, but I can do one later this summer. If you want one, leave it in the comments. I made these while we were on our sailboat, which I'm on my sailboat filming right now, and my supplies were extremely limited. I had cardstock. I did have my saving grace was I had a printer and I had ink, and I could make stuff like all the words I printed off the computer. The same with the flowers, and I hand cut every flower. These little things were printed off the computer and hand cut. So I'll just go through them quickly so not to bore you, and if it's too boring for you, you can just stop the video. I'm going to go through it, and basically I just want to show them to you and give, maybe you're looking for ideas. That's what I do. I'm always looking for inspiration. So, oh, this is vellum. I was experimenting and playing with vellum. So this is vellum, and every book has like a vintage photo of a mom, and it happens to be a daughter, so poor sons. And then the poem says, "A mother who is one who understands the things you say and do, who always overlooks your faults and sees the best in you. A mother is one whose special love inspires you day by day, who fills your heart with gladness in her warm and thoughtful way. A mother is all these things and more, someone we're so very thankful for. Happy Mother's Day." So you can see on this one I used vellum, and I did have a couple stamps with me here, and some distress inks, the little tiny ones, Tim Holtz distress inks, and butterfly stamp, and I did have some stickles. So and then the book opens like this. I did a six-point star, and then there's 3 layers on each page. So on the back I just put instructions on how to open it, because the people, they may not know. This one is white cardstock that I used distress inks on, where you put the distress inks on the your work surface and then spray it with water, and then I just dipped the paper into the distress ink, and then I let it dry and stamped them with butterflies. So pretty. Very pretty. I just love looking through all of them. I think I've tied and untied these a million times. This one was interesting. I used, I do have a few stencils on board, so I distressed it, and then I used a baby wipe to damp up the ink through the stencil, and then I stamped with different, okay, so this one doesn't have a stamp. This one is butterflies, which didn't stamp very good. This one is a flower, hearts, trees, and and then I put these little tiny bows. I was trying to make each one kind of a little bit different, and they all open like this. And you're going to see in my books here that there's a lot of rainbow, because we like rainbows at the church. And this is another one with the same thing. And if you notice, well, you'll see, I don't think I've shown any yet, but some of them I cut all the words apart like this. And then some of them, like this one, I did not cut the words apart. So I kind of tried to mix it up. And to offer it some bling, I added some of these stickles. I don't know if you can see the sparkles or not in the camera, but this is, I didn't cut these up. My husband helps me. Well, doesn't help me, but he gives me, I ask him his opinion, and it was a toss-up on which way we like. And I also want to mention that for the cover and the front and back cover, some of them I used to cut up cereal box, and some of them I just used cardstock. You need something in between here to hide this ribbon, though. So some of them have 2 pieces of cardstock. Anyways, this one is, again, the stencil without the baby wipe. I just put the color on through the stencil. And this one I have an old hymnal, and I cut that up, distressed the edges, and put it in there.
Because it's so wild and so amazing. And they let you just go around. They let you go in. You know, the whole place is open.
You can probably hear my husband talking. He is on the telephone, and our boat's so small, we have nowhere else. Relative to a house, it's small. Anyways, this one has some pattern paper behind it, and some colorful flowers. Oh, and I got these flowers from Genevieve on YouTube. She has a free download.
Yeah, and it's like that with a lot of things. You say, oh, you know.
This is another one with vellum, but this time I did I do any color? Oh yeah, I did do some color, and I used some stencil and some stamping and a bow. Oh, and I think we're starting to get into the butterflies. This one has all butterflies. I have some digital scrapbooking images, and so I printed those off and hand cut them. So there's butterflies.
I wish we would have spent the whole afternoon picking up good pieces of sea glass.
Not retying them because it takes time and it would bore you, and then I know which ones I've shown you. This one's pretty. This is a different image. I think there were 3 different images, but I mostly used only 2 of them. And I just had to hand cut them out. Which this one has the hymnal
take advantage of it when you can.
Pages as well. Oh, and this one has butterflies as also.
Schedule is on island time, so I really don't have too much stuff to move around when I come into that situation.
Some of the images were printed on cardstock, so they're not glossy, and some of them were printed on photo paper. I had to be real careful not to waste any ink on the printer, so whatever I would print it on, I just used it, and that's okay. Oh, and this one, the background is a book. Just an old reading book. It's brown.
What? Oh.
I think the sparkles really help. And this is the last
smell
one.
Cool in there, right? Smell like an old bookstore.
Same as some of the others, exactly the same actually as some of the others. There's certain things that I think that help. One thing I think that helps is the colored ribbon, and I was very limited on what I have. Here's one with pink, and here's one with blue, or actually this is a lavender and blue. And I think the rest of them are just white and cream. So anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll do a tutorial. I'm planning on making some more of these, all different sizes, and I'll do one for you this summer. So thanks for watching.